Hey everyone, it's Brian here with the Bigger, Better Biz community, where I equip you with the tools and know-how to grow that bigger, better small business. I'm joined by my friend Suzanne today from the Hopkinton Independent. Suzanne, how you doing?
I'm doing great today. And you, Brian?
I'm doing well. For those of us that are, well, I'm from Massachusetts, but for those watching that aren't from Massachusetts, can you tell us a little bit more about what is the Hopkinton Independent and where is it located?
Well, we're in Hopkinton, Massachusetts, small town west of Boston, a marathon away. We are where the Boston Marathon starts. And that's pretty much what we originally were known for. And now a growing town and wonderful school system run by an amazing select board. We about 3 years ago, I purchased with a business partner, the Hopkinton Independent, which was a local newspaper publishing every 2 weeks that goes to everyone in Hopkinton. It is delivered by the U.S. Postal Service. And then about a year ago, we added our website, hopkintonindependent.com, really because of the pandemic. People wanted to know what was going on very quickly. They wanted news right away. And that really helped. And we've been very successful. People are very happy with the website. And we are just trying to make it better for our readers, a better reading experience, as well as for our advertisers who support the website. The Hopkinton Independent newspaper was started over 20 years ago by a woman by the name of Sarah Duckett in Hopkinton, who's still there. And she retired 3 years ago when I purchased the paper. And I had worked for her for, 15 years.
Wow.
My background was in technical market development with a large corporation. I was home with my kids and I wanted to help small business. I had noticed that most of the small businesses in the area, the owner, knew what they were selling. They knew what we were doing, but they didn't know how to do the marketing or the business end and I wanted to help. And that's really what we've done. We have a great newspaper and website, but we are all about helping the small business and in any way we can.
We're kindred spirits in that sense, because that's everything that I'm all about that. And you probably get that same intrinsic reward when you see that a small business that either you've showcased or feature in a story or that chooses to advertise with you, when they start growing, it's like that feeling, like it's just so rewarding.
Yes, it's like your baby is happening.
It really is. So, okay, so you've a long history, you've had it for 3 years, you started the website last year, and I know today you wanted to talk a little bit more about the website. So can you go over, we had chatted before I pressed record, but kind of tell everyone what we're looking at. What's the scenario here that we're trying to solve?
Well, we've been very lucky and have received a strong welcoming in Hopkinton. We are the only site that does all Hopkinton news. And we get people to our site either directly because there's something in town they want to know more about, or through a post on Facebook. What we want to do is make the reading experience better for our readers. We want to keep them on our site to read more articles. And that gives a better experience for our advertisers to be seen more.
Sure.
But we do want people to know more about what's going on in town. And as I mentioned before, here's a wonderful article about our new football coach in town who grew up here and is moved back here to be a wellness instructor and coach and has now taken over the varsity team.
That's awesome.
We have an article that we pushed out through Facebook. A lot of people came and read it. And then at the bottom of the article, they're gone. They leave the site. We want them to go back to our homepage or search other things in our sports if that's what they're interested. There's lots of things about the kids in town as well as the government. We try very hard to provide all the information about what's going on in town, especially with nonprofits, the government, schools, sports.
So you're the hub, and it's a matter of, okay, you might have certain people that come in because they're going to come to every football game and cheer the team on. And they're very interested in, hometown hero coming back, which is great. I guess my question to you, so even just looking at this, and for those watching too, for a newspaper or an online blog site, it's very customary that you're going to have ads. That's how obviously you're driving revenue, you're helping a small business grow, and in return, they're helping you continue to put out content, right? Employing your reporters, your editor, all of that. So one thing that I'm noticing is we've got the photo at the top, and then we have text, the ad at the bottom, but in between, like I'm not seeing any links. So do you ever, when it comes to, creating the articles and publishing them, do you ever have cross links to other stories, or do you showcase other resources you might have on the site?
The only thing that we have like that today would be what we call Hopkinton Today, which is our
Okay.
daily newsletter.
Okay.
And that gives you a quick synopsis.
And that's right up here on the top right, sign up to win.
No, actually you would see it right in the,
Oh, right here.
yeah, right there. That would get
Okay.
you to Thursdays from, today's. And then you would have links from there. And that also goes out as a daily email to those who want to receive it.
Gotcha.
And that gives you a little synopsis of the story and then a link.
Okay. So I would say the first thing is now we're seeing those links and we see that it's the red, that's the color, when we're looking at a website, there's something called CSS, which is custom code, and it's styling code. So we know that your links are going to be red text. And if we hover over them, we see the underline. So, and the little Mickey Mouse glove shows up, knowing that we can click on it. Right. So my thing would be, if we're trying to, and this is just, psychology on any website, whether it's a blog like you, or whether it's a site that, one of the calls that I had today about medical products and medical instruments, same kind of thing. We're trying to drive them over to the next thing. So they may click on your advertiser links, which is awesome. We want that. But is there something about the football schedule? Do we have a page that we can create for that and link there so that we're getting them to another page? Is there an old highlights video that we used? Can we refer to some other content that's, from years past, where we can tie them back in? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
That's a
I'd
challenge.
say so it adds a little bit more, because I know part of the name of the game is let's get content out quick. We have to inform, and there's a turnaround time, and as we add these extra steps, it adds more time and actually prevents us from publishing as much content. But even if there was something in your process where we could go back and search and see, okay, hey, we had this video of them being, if they were champions, or if they won a game and we had a celebration or a touchdown throw, even inserting a video, because as we were talking before the recording, one of the things is people will come from Facebook, they'll look, they might search really quick and say, oh yeah, it's Mark. Hey, he's awesome. I'm so glad he's back. And then they click out, right? So in the eyes of Google, we now have a bounce. We have someone that came, didn't interact with the site, and X's out. Or a bounce is also defined as if someone's sitting on the site, they see Mark, and then all of a sudden baby starts crying. Someone comes to the front door, tab is open for 30 minutes with no activity. That's a bounce too. There's been no engagement whatsoever.
Okay.
So we want to give them a reason to engage with the site. Scrolling isn't enough. So that's where, even if you had a video, so you've got his photo down here, a video where it shows, hey, check out this old clip from, Hopkinton football.
Right.
If they click on the video, that is an event. That's an action they took on the site. Now it does not register as a bounce. So in the eyes of Google, it makes us more relevant when it comes to information about the town, because people are interacting with our content.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. The other thing too is just a simple call out. So, you could have, you have, when I say call outs, we have these ads that are templated in between your stories, but also just something where it's larger text. It looks like a heading. It could be, like, hey, make sure that you're signing up for the Hopkinton Today, get all the news in your inbox. So just having a call to action in the middle that you can insert as a template somewhere, that too could help you. Because if someone's in the story, they're reading and they're like, oh yeah, okay, I remember Mark, he went to high school with my son or my friend or whatever. Okay, now it's telling us to do something. Just having that call to action increases your likelihood of clicks. You're telling someone to actually follow instructions. Do you want more of this great stuff in your inbox on the go? Click here. Want to be in the know with everything Hopkinton? Click here. So that too helps you just get that click, get that hit, as we call it, or that action taken, so that we
Mhm.
reduce bounce rate. And the other thing that I would say is, of course, we have the ad down at the bottom, we've got the tags, and then you have to scroll down to share it. So if Facebook is one of your primary drivers of traffic, I
Mhm.
would want to show love to Facebook
I think it
somewhere.
at the
It's up at
top.
the top too. Yep. I would want to show love, like, hey, do you want to share something? Even a call to action sometimes where it's like, share this on Facebook, just a little thing. So you
Yeah.
have it at the top, but in the story itself, so that it's just a little in parens. Hey, share this on Facebook right now. Let everybody know, or celebrate with Mark, share it on Facebook. So something that adds a little personality as well, just a
And
consideration.
would that link, or it would
It
just
would
be a,
it would be the same thing here. So you can see how when I click, if you look at the
Mhm.
bottom left, it has that whole thing where it's the Facebook share. You
Right.
could literally just copy that link and then put it in as anchor text somewhere.
Okay.
So your writers could do that too, and just be like, Sharon Marks, sharing this hometown hero, share the story on Facebook. So you're at the top. People are used to skipping anything above here. They see the title, they're like, okay, and then they look at his picture. So
Right.
right there, they're skipping. Down at the bottom, they
You're
get to the
skipping.
end, they're not even going to scroll down, right? Maybe
Right.
they'll leave a reply. Last thing you could do as a best practice. So anybody that has a blog, if you have successfully gotten someone to the end of your post, that means they like the writing, they were into the story. So we want to get them reading more. You could even, I know that if we scroll down, we have the images with other, related articles or other things that are happening. But you could have them, again, you could have the call to action to sign up for the Hopkinton Today, or check out this story on sports, or check out what's going on in the high school. So again, something that is either a button or text at the end of it, just because they've shown they're engaged to get to the
Okay.
bottom of the article,
Yeah, that makes a
right?
lot of sense.
Your biggest play is going to be video. If you can grab video, even if it's not your own and you're giving credit, you obviously get the permission to post it up. I'm sure people would love to share their videos. Great way of generating user content and spotlighting, locals and Hopkintonians, or whatever you call yourselves, Hopkintonites. I don't know what you do, but you know, wouldn't that be awesome if not only was Mark shown, but then someone else had their video and they're going to go share it with all of their friends in Hopkinton. So now you have 10, 20, 50 people from their network coming and reading the story and watching their video. Shows a lot of love.
Yes. Yeah, that's great. Get them
Right.
from, to get them from people to send them in
Yeah.
to us like they do their photos.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's as simple as, you can create forms. There's plenty of form programs where people can upload a video, or if
Right.
they upload it on YouTube, you can just have them send you the link and you can embed that YouTube link.
Okay.
So, yep. And that's a great way to beef up the content for someone that wants to, learn more, but maybe they're going to read, but they'll definitely watch a video, because we're seeing so much proliferation of video everywhere.
And if it's a YouTube video that we're linking to, does it keep you on our site when you're done with it?
It's a great question. If you embed it into the post, then what it would do is it would show the video, they'd press play, and then it would say, here's other suggested videos if you're using YouTube. There are, like for us, when we're building websites, there's tools that we use where it actually strips out all the branding and just shows the video, so that it keeps you on the site. A tool that you could use if you actually had the video file itself is Vimeo. And it's just a subscription. You're not going to get the love that you would from YouTube if it was on your own channel, but
Right.
you can strip it down so that it just plays the video and that's it.
Right.
Doesn't do anything else.
Yeah, especially if we're using other people's videos.
Yeah. But that's the only consideration for you and for those watching is there's ways to download YouTube videos. There's plenty of programs out there. There are sites that are free where you pop in the YouTube link, you can download the video, but then you have to go through the process now of not only writing this, QCing it, now you have to download the video, re-upload it into Vimeo. So that's adding even more time, right?
Right.
One way that you could potentially kind of take advantage of other people's videos is adding them to a playlist on your channel. And you could actually embed the video on that playlist and then it would show other videos on your playlist. So it might be a whole playlist about Hopkinton High football.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, we haven't used YouTube at this point. So, because we're not, as you can see, not very invested in videos yet.
Yep. I would even say if you, a really good bootstrap way is to find some local reporters that are proud people of Hopkinton, have them go take videos and submit them, and then you just feature them on the YouTube channel. It helps you grow your content. There's a whole strategy and an art form to optimizing YouTube, but again, that will help you too because it can drive people back to the site. So you're getting more traffic for, you know, Google relevance, but also for your advertisers.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. What other questions do you have? We've got a few more minutes and I want to make sure you get value out of the session.
I think you've answered really what we're, unless you look at it in terms of our advertisers, and if you see something that you think would be helpful for them, or we're limited on our ad space.
Of course.
That's been difficult for us and people who want to advertise, but we're trying to give our advertisers the most.
So it's finding new ways to pop it in. You know, the other thing that you could do, because I'm sure there are people from, I go back to video on this because there's a whole program that you could build out where it's sponsored by an advertiser. So the video starts with, this is sponsored by, basically the old 50s TV formats, right? The commercial. Right. This video is sponsored by, showcase the advertiser. So they subsidize the cost of creating the video or editing it. And then now they have another space where they can show up in stories that, and then it lives on YouTube as well. That's a great potential revenue center and a great way to showcase them and give them something that they would share to their network too. Hey, I'm on a video. Look at this. Right. Like I can think of, so you have a lot of obviously realtors. I can think of a lot of realtors that would just be in love with that idea because they're getting some video play.
Right. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So let me just look before we stop. Let's go back to your homepage. Now tell me a little bit more. I think the last thing that I wanted to look at. So if I sign up, what platform are you using to send your emails?
MailChimp.
MailChimp. Okay. So we've got first name, last name, email, and then they can sign up for your daily news list or your breaking news list.
Or both.
Or both. Or both. So what other kinds of emails are you just sending those? Are there any other emails, like you send out holiday emails? Do you send out, you know, a business spotlight email, or have you thought about that?
No, we haven't done anything but these.
Okay.
It's been challenging to get people to give you their email address. But I think as we've shown what we can send in terms of keeping them up to date, especially with the school systems, you know, we've gotten a great sign up, but could always use more.
I'll give you an idea, right?
Okay.
Obviously, this whole session's been ideas, but full of them. But one thing that I've seen other local periodicals, papers, blogs use is, instead of, you know, they can sign up for the breaking news and daily updates. Great. But what if you worked with one of your advertisers and had a sponsored giveaway? So if they join the list, have a drawing, And so each month you have one sponsor that would be basically with MailChimp or any of the email programs. When someone signs up, they get a welcome email. So you can edit that welcome email each month and say, this is sponsored by blah. So all new subscribers that are getting it get that sponsorship. The advertisers paying for the gift card to a local restaurant or whatever it is to support small business.
We actually just finished that promotion. We ran it for, I think, 3 months. It's still sitting there at the top. It says sign up to win. You were on it a little while ago.
Yep.
Which I noticed I need to change. And that was an excellent idea that we got. We doubled our numbers with that over 3 months. And we got local businesses to provide us with gift cards. We advertised that on our site as well as in our newspaper. Yep. And that was very successful. And we are moving into a new promotion that'll start for the Boston Marathon timeframe.
Very nice. I will give you one last thing to think about, something to gnaw on. So whatever you have here, right, you're going to change this call to action. It's going to be something else. But right, whatever is here, I want to see here. So I would have a graphic. You could take this form and you could actually just make it so that it goes down this left column and have a graphic right here reminding them of what it is that they're signing up for, what giveaway or what kind of perceived value they're getting.
Great idea.
Yep, because the thing is, people, what's happening here is a disruption. I'm being told sign up to win, breaking news and daily newsletter. Okay, but then here I don't see anything about signing up to win. So my curiosity comes in and says, okay, how many people clicked here? You know, you said you doubled. How many people did you potentially get here? And they're like, wait, I don't see anything about winning. So they just leave because it wasn't, the expectation was set, but it wasn't delivered on the page they arrived on. Right. So just telling them, here's what, here's the monthly drawing, or here's what you can win by signing up, join now. That kind of stuff helps to reassure them that they're giving their email and their contact information for a reason, and they're being entered into something where they can potentially receive consideration for it.
No, that's great.
Yeah. Little things. And especially, again, do a video. If you had your advertiser, so if we had, let's say right here, Trina, she did a video saying, hey, I'm really glad to sponsor this month's giveaway with the Hopkinton Independent. Here's what we're giving away, a $50 gift card or a $100 gift card to this restaurant. Sign up now. Now Trina's on the web. Her video is being played. Plus that restaurant gets love and you're going to get more signups. Right. So challenge is try to figure out as many ways as you can to try to get video integrated into your content strategy.
Okay. Yep. We'll work on that.
Yep. Crawl before you walk. Of course, I gave you a lot. Well, Suzanne, I want to thank you, and everybody watching, I want to thank you as well. This has been a Blueprint strategy session. It is a free session where we record a video call. We're going to be posting this on YouTube. You're welcome to apply for one of these sessions by going to bryancaplan.com/go, and you'll see the little URL right here. Until next time, this is Bryan Caplan. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay well. Here's to your success.